Alrighty then, let's get some freaking lights on, boys. There we go, look at that. It's pretty nice. So guys, today I'm going to be telling you about my story being an extra in a movie. It was a really cool experience. It was called All Summer Long, and it was a Hallmark movie. So yeah. It was filmed where I live, so I thought may as well just gotta get in there and become an extra. So I'll explain everything and how it worked out, and I'll even show you scenes that I was in. So you can see the blurry pictures of the back of my head. Aren't you excited? Oops, knocked over a cup that you couldn't see. I was in a Hallmark movie, so they're not exactly the highest rated movies. This one actually got a 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb, so, alright. The story was like a cheesy romance on like a cruise type thing, and I was one of the patrons going on that dinner cruise. They wanted us staring up at the sky for certain scenes. They wanted us, walking to the bar and getting drinks, and then walking off the boat. You get to see a little bit of my shoulder as I walk off the boat, which is really awesome. Being the extra, I found, was a really great experience. I got to see a lot of how the movie was made, and how they shot a scene of dialogue, and they got coverage from every person who was speaking in the conversation. So they had to do the scene like 4 times if there's 4 people speaking, each time with the camera on that person, so they can kind of cut in between for dialogue. And it was also really cool to see all the different techniques and things they used to make the movie. Even though it was only a movie with a
small loan of $1 million,
they still had really super nice cameras, and there's still like loads of people working on it. It still had good production value. So, they still were using good equipment. There wasn't just one guy running around with like a DSLR just shooting people like, whoa, go do it from this side, and it was all shaky camera. No, they had everything all set up. And so basically, when you're an extra, it's a long day and it's a lot of waiting around, but it's not really that bad because you're getting paid for the whole time you're there. So most of the time, I think we started at 2 o'clock on the first day and ended at 2 in the morning. So it's really weird times. You're often working late at night because this was a night dinner scene. So, they needed it to be dark out. One of the really great things about being an extra is there's so much food, and it is really great. Like, they bring you they have like platters of sandwiches, fruit trays, drinks, coffees, all sorts of stuff that you could want, cookies, everything. And then, so that will be like what you'll have as a snack. So then they'll bring you back to where the main catering crew are, and then they'll have like this full buffet, and then you get to eat from that as well. And it's just so amazing. Like, they had like loads of roasted veggies and chili and breads and salads and cake. They had all sorts of food. It was amazing. So the first scene I was involved in was one where they were releasing some lanterns off the boat. They kind of were like those small little lanterns that you light a candle in, and then you let them go and they float up kind of slowly into the sky. So basically, they didn't actually have those lanterns there, but we were supposed to pretend to look up. They'd be like, 3, 2, 1, action. Okay guys, look up at the sky and be amazed and smile and go, ah, ah. So basically, that's what we had to do. We had to look up at the sky and be like, oh wow, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, did you see? Look at that. Wow, look how cool that is. And that was my first scene that I was in, basically. And the funny thing about this is I got there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and that scene didn't get shot until about 1:30 in the middle of the night. I had to wait like 11 hours basically to be used for that scene. So I was sitting around for like 11 hours, eating a lot of food obviously, but sitting around for 11 hours just to get used in that one scene. So pretty fun. So right now I'm just gonna go through the scenes that I was in and point them out to you and show you where I am. See if you can find them before I point them out.
Okay everyone, make your wish. Let's ready the lights.
So yeah, this is gonna seem very cliche, but you see the back of that head right there? That is me. That is the back of my head going, whoa, look at those lanterns that aren't there. Wow, that's so cool. So that is me looking around, looking at how cool they are, looking and admiring those awesome lanterns as they float up into the sky. I think I did really good. Like, I'm pretty convincing there, don't you think? I look like I'm pretty amazed, I feel. I think I should get the Oscar for Best Extra because I think that was the most convincing performance shown in this movie so far, I'd say. So that was one day, then they wanted me back the next day. So basically, you have to make sure you're wearing the exact same thing for continuity. You don't want to be like wearing a tie one scene and then not be wearing it the next because it looks really weird. For this movie, we brought most of the wardrobe and they would like supply you with shirts and ties. We brought most of the wardrobe and they would like supply you with shirts and ties, but I brought my suit. They gave me a shirt and a tie to wear. So basically in the morning, I'd go there, get my shirt and my tie, and then you go down to kind of close to the set and you just sit there basically and wait until they need you. One of the guys comes over and goes, yeah, we need some extras. Then they kind of decide, okay, who do we want? Okay, who's been in it so far? Because they don't want the same person being in the extra in like every scene, because that would look so weird. Like they're sitting at the table and then when the people walk to the front of the boat, there's the same person is just there. It would look so weird. So obviously they want to mix it up a bit. So they kind of be like, oh, who was just in that scene? We don't want you. Okay, we want some people who haven't been on camera yet. And then so the next scene that I was used in was the scene where everybody was walking off the cruise and had had such a great time and it was really fun. And you know, I got a few seconds of fame, let's just say that.
We see you all tomorrow at brunch.
Oh, Jake, I hope you'll join us.
That blurry bit there, that was me. Just a little bit of me walking off the boat. There we go. So you got this really blurry black kind of smudge. That was me walking off the boat. Pretty exciting. And then so pretty much that was it. That was all my part was. And from that, you get paid in Canada basically about $13 an hour, and then that goes up to $20 an hour for overtime. And basically for those days I worked, I got about just under $400, which I know isn't very much, but you're not doing very much and sitting around, and I think most people know that being an extra isn't like the way to get rich, so it's more for the experience. And the unfortunate thing was I had to watch till the very end to see my bit. It's a really cheesy movie, and just to prove my point, I'll show you a scene from it right now.
Okay. You know, I think if you just put a little more tension on it, it would... Hey, watch out for the kite! Oh. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. It's the turtle kite. Dia?
Jake Jarrett.
So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I would definitely encourage you, if you have the option to be an extra, to go for it, because it's a really fun thing to do. So if you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them, and I'll see you in the next video.